This coming Friday, I am hosting a Home Valuation Boot Camp. You might be wondering, what is this training all about? You see, most agents don't understand that at a listing presentation, the number one listing objection is not commission. It's not the marketing. It's the price. And how you, as a real estate sales professional, deliver that message about home value, home price, and price entry point will dictate whether you get the contract or not. Most agents make the mistake of telling the homeowner what the value is. I'm going to show you a better way. I'm going to show you how to explain it to them for them to come to the right conclusion on the accurate, most appropriate price entry point, and for them to feel comfortable that you are a pricing specialist and that you deserve the job of listing and selling their home. What I want to warn you is that this is not a comparative market analysis training. I'm not going to show you on the MLS how to get comparables. I'm going to show you how you should be able to articulate before you get to the listing appointment what the appropriate price entry point is. So I want to show you what most typical agents do, and then I want to give you a glimpse at what we're going to be talking about at the training. Most typical real estate agents will go onto the MLS and come up with what is called a CMA. With that CMA, they're going to take something like a 40-page report, because sometimes they'll use a cloud CMA, which is a great tool, by the way, a cloud CMA. But then they give that to the client and they expect the client to go through every single page. The fact of the matter is, when you go to a listing appointment, the client wants to know what the value is. They want to know how long is this going to take, and they want to know how much money they're going to walk away in their pocket. So make it simple, give them what they want. So most of the time, like I said, most real estate agents will go to the MLS, do the comparables, and come up with whatever number they're going to come up with. Let's just say hypothetically $400,000. Now in their mind, this property is worth $400,000. The mistake they make is they're going to show up to the listing appointment and say, Mr. Seller, your house is worth $400,000. And that's where you're going to run into a brick wall. Why? Because the seller's not going to understand how you came up with the value of $400,000. You're going to have to stand there and defend your number. You're going to have to stand there and basically debate the seller, the person that you're trying to get in alignment with you, that your number's right and their number's wrong. For all you know, they think the house is worth, I don't know, $475,000. Sorry about that. So now the debate begins on what's going on with that gap. Now you may be able to articulate it. You may be able to express to them in a logical way that this is incorrect, their number, but the reality is you didn't allow them to self-discover what that property's value truly is. Now, I do understand that a lot of the times when you do this report, you don't see the house. You haven't had an opportunity to go view the house. So what happens? What happens is that you show up and maybe they did do an amazing job on the kitchen and the bathroom and the floors and the new windows and the new roof and the new backyard, and curb appeal is amazing. So yeah, I can understand you going with this number, and then how are you going to articulate that maybe it is more, right? So I want you guys to know that that approach of you telling the homeowner what the house is worth is going to lead you into a form of confrontation with the client. Why? Because they might not agree with you. The better approach would be for you to ask them what the value is once you've explained the process. Let me show you how that works. The process I'm going to show you at this Friday's training, Mastering Home Valuation Boot Camp, is going to take you a lot longer than it would to just run a CMA. On average, when a professional real estate agent who knows what they're doing runs a CMA, typically will take anywhere from 5 to maybe 10 minutes to run comparables, assess it a little bit, really quick, print the report, and you're done. What I'm about to show you is going to take you a lot longer, just so you know. Now, the reason you're going to want to do this is because you don't want to ever show up to a listing appointment where the client knows more about the neighborhood and the price benchmarks in the area. You don't want them to out-research you, so as a real estate sales professional, there should be no surprises at the listing presentation. So step number one is always going to be doing research. Okay? So what research am I talking about? Well, of course, you're going to run the CMA, the comparative market analysis on the MLS. That's similar to what the other agents would do or typical agents would do. But the problem is that most agents are going to stop right there. Most agents are going to say, well, this is a report. That's it. Then you're going to break down this CMA into 3 sections. Okay? You're going to analyze the active, the pending, and the sold. And if you really want to get creative, you can actually analyze the expired if there's expireds in the area, right? Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the condition of each one of these properties and you're going to break it down even more into 3 subsections. At the training, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about and how you're going to come up with that. And so if your number, which you should be focusing in on the sold, comes up to, let's just say 400,000, this is not the price entry point. The price entry point is a different number. This is what is called the value of the home. Now, is the value of the home what people will pay for it? No. What's the value to anything? What somebody's willing to pay for it. So you have to take this number, and now you have to do a new analysis on, oh, I pointed to the wrong area. You're going to do a new analysis on the competition, which is the active homes for sale. So if in the active homes for sale, the numbers are 350, 450, and 400, you got to strategically place your home in a position to be able to sell faster. Now, you have to understand that there's only 2 things that sell homes, the price and the exposure. And we're going to talk a lot about that at the training. Once you come up with this number compared to the value, then you come up with a price entry point. The price entry point is what you're going to enter the market to beat the competition, maximize your value, maximize the profit, and then one of the last steps to the home valuation is the most critical, especially to the client, is how much money they're going to walk away with at the sale of the home. And I'm going to show you all of this. So this is a pretty intense class. It's very analytical. You're going to see all the procedures, but know that when you go in there and just show a CMA, and then somebody that's been to this training, or I walk into the listing presentation after somebody who just showed a CMA, and I start talking everything else, which is the value of the home, the price of the home, that's what the seller comes up with, and then the price entry point, they're going to know that they're dealing with someone who did all their homework, a professional, and someone who truly understands the home valuation of any home. And the beauty of it is the way we deliver it, and I'll show you how to do it, is that we allow them to come up with the value, not you. And I'll show you how that works at the training. I hope this helps. My goal in this was to explain to you that this training has nothing or very little to do with how do you come up with a CMA. That is not what this training is about. This training is for you to completely master the home valuation report analysis, delivery, with the end goal of you getting that listing. I hope you can join me. It's in person in Diamond Bar if you're able to make it. If you're not, send me a message. I will be providing a Zoom link. If you have any questions or anything or any comments about this system, reach out to me. Let me know. I'd love to help you. Put a comment down below if you want to give me any kind of feedback. Aside from that, I hope I see you this Friday. Make it an awesome day. Thanks.